I'm Don Fanelli. I work for the Monroe County Sheriff's Office. I am a district commander, hold the rank of captain with the Sheriff's Office here in District 7, which is the Key Largo District. I started my career here back in 1986. Coming from Ohio, I was first a law enforcement officer in Ohio. For about 5 years, I worked for the Mahoning County Sheriff's Office. And there I was a dispatcher, I worked narcotics, I was a reserve, worked corrections. But back in 1986, the mills were shutting down. The economy was very bad in the Youngstown area. So it was hard to keep and hold a job. So I was told about the Monroe County Sheriff's Office, and I came down here. And after a lengthy process, I was hired with the city of Key West. And went there to go pick up my uniforms, and the gentleman that was supposed to give them to me was not there. So I went over to see the sheriff, and I talked to him, and 2 days later I was hired with the sheriff's office and assigned to the Plantation Key District. And this is where I've worked ever since. I was a zone commander along with Lou Caputo in the Upper Keys, and zone commanders at the time were in charge of the community policing effort that we were starting back then. Started with, I believe it was Sheriff Roth, and we were in charge of quality of life issues and getting the whole broken windows theory out to the public. And if you're not familiar with that, the whole theory is that if there's a window and it's in a neighborhood and somebody breaks a window and you don't fix it, somebody's gonna break another window and another window and another window, and that philosophy goes into the neighborhoods. If you don't fix a problem in a neighborhood, that problem just manifests itself, and next thing you know is that you got an out of control. You have an out of control neighborhood. To include Sheriff Rick Ramsey, who his philosophy is cleaner, safer streets, cleaner, safer neighborhoods, and that just goes to say, that says it all right there. So working for him, he instills in us to make sure that graffiti's off the road, because what do you think of when you think of graffiti? You think of crime, you think of gangs. So I joke right now about it, but he's very serious about this. And when we're at a meeting, he'll ask captains, how long do you have to clean up this graffiti? And the answer is 24 hours. What happens if you don't clean that up in 24 hours? And my answer to him is, I'll be back in patrol. So we do take it very serious. Sheriff Rick Ramsey takes it very serious, and that's the philosophy that we instill. This station here that we're sitting in was the old Mariners Hospital. And several years ago, Sheriff Rick Roth, we were at a small building down the street, and we had really outgrown that. And Sheriff Roth recognized that we needed to expand our facilities. And so through fine and forfeiture money, which is not tax dollar monies, it costs no tax dollars, nothing, he built, renovated, and put the furniture in this building for the Sheriff's Office, which in this building there's other divisions. There's the health department and the clerk of courts. It's all down in this building too, but for our portion, he did all that. Our chain of command at the lowest level obviously is patrol sergeant. Then you have lieutenants. Now lieutenants can be either district lieutenants or division lieutenant. It depends. For instance, Al Ramirez is the district lieutenant here, but you'll have a division lieutenant such as Major Crimes, who's James Norman. Doesn't run a district, he runs an operation, and that's Major Crimes. However, they hold the same rank. Then you have captains, such as myself. Captains run the districts, captains also run divisions. There is a major on top of operations, which my major would be, who is my direct boss, Major Chad Shabilia. There is a major in corrections, so that splits off. Then you have the colonel, who is Colonel Lou Caputo. He runs both majors. And then of course on top of that, Lou is also, a lot of people know the colonel's position as undersheriff. And then of course you have our big boss, who you elect, and that's Sheriff Rick Ramsey. So right now, why don't we take a walk through our building here. I'm going to show you some of the divisions, and I'll introduce you to some of the people that work here. I'm proud to work with him, and this is Lieutenant Ramirez. He's our second command of the district in Key Largo. And this is our records director, Peggy Bryan, and Haiti Martinez. In here we have Detective Sergeant Scott Ward and our victim's advocate, Carol Alberry. This is one of our finest detectives right here. How you doing?
Doing good, sir.
Good. Now that we've seen the building, why don't we go take a ride in the patrol car and I'll show you some of these areas that I spoke about in the scrapbook. This computer allows us to gain access to the Smart Cop system, which we run the tags, run all that stuff, the tags, the wanted persons. It also shows the calls for service. Tavernier Creek starts the Key Largo district. Now, the Sheriff's Office has jurisdiction throughout the entire county, but the district that I command starts here. You know, we are very fortunate in Monroe County that we're not running call to call to call like the agencies on the mainland, and we have the opportunity to give time to the community to make it better. And like I said, we've had a reduction in crime every year for the last, many years, and our uniform crime reporting, which is what we report to the FBI, our crime statistics, our clearance rates have gone up. So that says a lot for the people that are on the street. Just came in by to see what's going on. How is everything?
We got past the craziness.
Yeah. Were you out
Right?
this weekend?
No, heck no.
I didn't go out.
I got out of town.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How's your dad?
River Ranch. He's out on a boat like out there, and Virgil's up at Contender
Really?
picking up a boat. And we delivered that 44 last week.
Did you?
Sold it.
Nice. Hey, how you doing?
How you doing? Good to see you.
Good to see you. That's Bob. Bob Thomas.
This is Bob Thomas, and this is Ernest Hemingway, photographed by Karsh in 1957, and this is Bob Thomas by me in 2018.
Yeah. You know, Bob went to go compete in the Hemingway contest in Key West. Hey, it's good to see you.
Good to see you too, buddy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Came to look at Bob, but
Good. Yeah.
you know,
I think he went to get a haircut.
did he? No, that was a long time ago. He was at the haircut place when I went north. So, it's Willie. It's my brother, man. Willie's doing good.
Yep.
Willie's father started Mitchell Septic Service down here long before I was ever here, and Willie's worked for him as long as I can remember. So that was the Mitchell's building that I showed you as we pulled in, that we used to use many years ago before it was a septic service. But he's a great guy for the community and helps out when we have our cleanups and volunteers his time with us. Belongs to the Upper Keys Rotary, which is the other Rotary club that we partnership with for the nautical flea market. So
I gotta go to it about 1 or 12 o'clock.
do you get a meeting already?
Yeah.
All right, you need anything, you call me, all right?
Okay, I will.
All right, see you, Willie.